What's up, guys? My name is Chaotic. Back at you guys with the one of the day. Coming at you guys with a video again, and I'm gonna be doing a substance review. Okay, it's been a while since I did it. Last one I did was pyrazolam substance review, and yeah, I'm gonna be reviewing some phenethylamine RCs this time. So I'm gonna get into those. Those are gonna be the next category, and yeah, let's get right into it. So, all right, as you can see from the title, this is 4FA. Now, 4-fluoroamphetamine is a fucking potent amphetamine. It's a halogenated substance, and it's not fucking good for you, okay? It's not really good to take halogenated substances, okay? So be very careful if you're gonna take the substance. It's a research chemical, so keep that in mind when you're, experimenting. You don't really want to fuck with this shit too much. Now, I did fuck with it a little too much, and I had to come down from this chemical. It was no different than MDMA come down. It didn't really damage my brain. Apparently there's some reports of people that take it that have hemorrhaging in their brain, but they're taking higher doses. But that never happened to me. But I could tell, what I could tell, it's a lot more, it's way more potent than MDMA in a way. It's just as potent as MDMA, but actually, it's a little less. MDMA would leave you rolling a little harder, actually. But this shit surprised the fuck out of me. Now, I think I picked up 4FA and 4FMA all in the same pill. They both have serotonin, qualities. And basically, I did an ecstasy pill with 4FA and 4FMA, I believe. And I never rolled so fucking hard in my life. They called it Turbo Molly. And I bought it when I had a sample. I got a sample pack from Europe, right? And basically, it just had shit in it. So I was just ready to fucking take this shit. It looked good. And recently, I had 4FA again, and I could tell it was not as strong as the first time. So I definitely believe there is 4FMA in those pills, because I had 4FA most likely by itself earlier last year, right? And it was really tame. It was not just, so I do believe actually the other one had a stimulant in it as well. So, but I rolled so fucking hard. I felt like my first time rolling again, and the first time I took 4FA, and fuck, yeah, I guess that shit really had 4FMA in it too. So, this experience is gonna be a little it's a little mixed. So I would say, I'm actually gonna review 4FMA in a separate video. So we're mainly talking about 4FA. After all, 4FA is the one that produced the psychedelic effects. It's the one that makes you, trip out. So yeah, I want to talk about that mostly. 4FMA, I guess, mixed with 4FA makes that come out more, and it actually made it feel like MDMA. So I think that's why they put 4FMA in 4FA, because yeah, then that way it's more similar to MDMA. So yeah, but only 4FA is the one is really psychedelic. Okay, that is what causes the roll. So I take this pill, man. It's like 150 milligrams, I think, up to, and I only took a half. Okay, motherfucker only took a half, and I still roll my motherfucking tits off. This is after I abused MDMA for about a year and a half, and fuck, that shit was scary, okay? I thought I was never going to recover from those calm downs, but I did. You definitely do. Abstinence is the best thing you can do with those chemicals. I went through some crazy shit, when now I regret all those chemicals. But anyways, I'm pretty good now. I would say I'm pretty mentally stable, though. But, sometimes I do have my moments. But, not too bad. But anyways, 4FA, the first effect it does to you, it's like, it really comes up like MDMA, okay? It feels a lot like that. It feels a lot like MDA. I think it's more similar to MDA than MDMA. That's why recently I had it, it didn't make me roll as hard as the first time, because I had that stimulant in it. So it's a little less stimulating by itself, 4FA. But it is, however, just as potent as MDMA. I really like the effects. I like mildly rolling. It's ecstasy light, okay? It's a really light form of it. if you really like to roll, MDMA is the way to go. But this stuff is it's a less neurotoxic than MDMA, which is actually what got me interested in it, because I don't like MDMA's toxic metabolites. And the come down with 4FA actually lasted shorter than MDMA as well. Yeah, I would say it was less neurotoxic, but it becomes neurotoxic very easily when you fucking abuse it a little bit. Yeah. And I could tell it had more side effects than MDMA as well. It wasn't really very, very much the same side effects, but a lot more tachycardia. Yes. I think your heart rate my heart rate was higher on that stuff. That made you a lot warmer, hotter. Maybe that was just because I had a stimulant in it. So no wonder I was fucking rolling tits. So anyways, I had a Lego Duplo pill, right? And I think I have a picture. If I do have a picture of it, I will throw it up on the fucking goddamn thumbnail. But anyways, yeah, 4FA looked amazing. I would say I crushed it up and snorted it a little bit too. I wouldn't advise snorting that kind of stuff because it's very bad for you. It's very caustic, in your nose, and it kind of burns. Okay, it's gonna burn the fuck out of your nose. By the way, don't actually snort that shit. Be very careful. Just eat it, man. There's stories of people fucking it makes their nose bleed and really bad. I would not advise to snort that shit. And I snorted that shit with a binded pill, and it still kind of burned my nose. I was like, yeah, they're not playing about that shit. This shit does not feel great up your nose. I mean, MDMA burns when you snort it too. So I mean, really, don't be snorting that shit. Just fucking swallow it. It lasts shorter anyway when you snort it. This is not really great unless you want it to hit you right away. I mean, there is a point in it, but you don't get the full experience, You don't get the full effect. I would say you want the fast duration, You don't want to have... Why would you want the roll to be shorter? I'm just saying, I hate when the roll is over. It's always over a lot quicker than you think it will be. But anyways, yeah. I fucking got high as fuck. So I was I was posted up in my motherfucking room. It started kicking in. Motherfucker was rolling around. I started goddamn tweaking, bro, on the shit. I was fucking sweating. I fucking had to take my shirt off, I think, at one point. Fuck. I went outside, right? And I started walking up a motherfucking goddamn hill on this shit. My ass was, my heart rate was going up. My heart rate was going at it, bro. And I didn't give a fuck. I still fucking walked up this hill on that goddamn shit. That shit was crazy, dude. I think now that I think it, yeah, it definitely had a stimulant. Why the fuck would I be rolling tits and then want to walk up a hill on that? I now I'm starting to realize that shit had a stimulant in it, man. I mean, I felt fucking, God, I don't know, man. I felt so good, man. Everything felt so good. But anyways, I come back, from that little walk up the hill. I'm sweating at this point. I think I took my shirt off when I was walking up that hill, and I was just fucking sweating at it. Man, I was just fucking crazy that night. So I'm walking back. I'm still rolling tits. Everything's fucking looked crazy to me. I think my eyes were probably tweaking a little bit. Oh, actually, they weren't. So here's another interesting effect of this chemical. It doesn't make you look like you're rolling. So I was looking at myself in the mirror, and literally my eyes were not even dilated. And I'm like, how the fuck could I be rolling this hard and my eyes are not dilated? Not even, I mean, maybe the tiniest bit. But no, man, there's no way. I was like, dude, this shit is the best drug. You can literally be on this shit, in a half a pit, like less than 100 milligrams, I assume. Because that's what I took, around 75 or something, 80 milligrams. Man, even that dose, it didn't even make my eyes dilate. But nothing made my eyes so I was like, yeah, you can literally get away with rolling in public on this shit. This would be a good rave drug and shit, to kind of keep sober. I was like, wow, man, this shit is fucking crazy. It's really nice how it just, it's literally incognito with that rolling. Real shit. It's real incognito, so that's awesome. And yeah, man, I was just so high that night. I don't even know what the hell was going on, man. I really was fucking tripping the fuck out, okay? I was rolling so hard. I was not expecting to roll that hard from that fucking little X. little ass ecstasy pill, man. Nah, man, that shit fucked me up. I split it with someone else too that night. So I had my friend over and I was like, yo, like, I don't want to take all of this because it's RC. You know, I've never tried it. So I really wanted to I didn't want to try it all. I did not want to take the whole damn pill, bro. I'm so happy I didn't take the whole pill. Bro, I would have been fucking gone. Anyway, so, yeah, he takes the other half. However, he didn't feel it, but there's a reason for that. He was taking SSRIs, and he didn't tell me. So I'm like, oh, yeah, no reason why you didn't roll. Yeah, that shit just, so, yeah. Yeah. Don't ever take anything like that with SSRIs, okay? You can fucking die. So I'm glad that dude didn't, like, I'm glad it just didn't have an effect on him, because if it did, it probably would have killed him. Okay? Don't take anything serotoninergic with any SSRIs. And MAOIs as well. So, yeah, that shit was fucking crazy. I don't know what the hell is going on. I don't know, he left, right? And I took the pill. We both took the pill. Okay? And, man, I was trying to play games with this guy, right? And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, that motherfucking pill, boom, like, dude, like, you know how you feel when you're coming up on ecstasy or something, and, like, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, like, there's a little, like, come up, but, like, all of a sudden, boom, you're like, you feel like the floodgates of fucking heaven have opened up in your fucking head. Like, no, you feel like a actual, like, imagine like a waterfall of euphoria just washed down from the temple of your head to, like, the fucking soles of your feet. It was just nuts, man. So I felt that shit. I was like, whoa, fuck, it's kicking in. And I'm like, ugh. And then all of a sudden, oh, dude, when you're rolling that hard, you're like fucking almost moaning, bro. I'm not even fucking playing it. No, that shit fucking felt really good. But I don't know, man. It was just nuts. Okay? It was nuts. I don't know why that shit hit me so hard, but it really did. Okay? It's the first time I was on that 4FA and that 4FMA. Okay? You know, gotta give me a little break. But nah, I mean, you know, I did it again. And sure thing, it still fucking made me roll like that. And it seemed to be the only fucking drug that, like, if I took that shit at a rave, man, I could talk to anybody. The dopamine, it's so much more, oh yeah, here's another thing about 4FA. It's so much more dopaminergic than serotonergic. So, but it's kind of equal amount, but yeah, it just has a lot more dopamine with it. Okay? I believe why it's a little lighter on the effects. It's a little more dopamine induced. But I mean, other than that, it makes you more alert. It actually you roll for 8 hours instead of 6. It lasts a little bit longer. The tail end of it has some stimulant qualities. So yeah, there's that too. I really enjoyed that too. So I didn't have just a 6 hour. I had like an 8 hour roll. That was a crazy ass night. And yeah, the come down is pretty intense. Okay, every time you roll that like that, nah, man, come downs are intense as fuck. So be careful about taking that shit. It's still a research chemical, and I would not advise taking it. I would seriously take MDMA over that. And that's really saying something, because I'm actually sick of MDMA. So, yeah. Okay? But, however, it does have less, like, it doesn't have the same, like the toxic metabolites. So, it's healthier in the short term. Okay? I would say that, so maybe take MDMA less if you can find this. But, you know, however, research this on yourself and don't take a lot. Never take a lot of this. It lasts a lot longer. It's a lot more potent. It's less forgiving when you take too much of this stuff. Okay, MDMA is more forgiving. This is less. I believe it can definitely kill you a lot more than MDMA. It's still a research chemical. It's still, yeah, scary, man. But yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video about 4FA. And leave in the comments if you want more substance reviews, man. I came back with that shit. And yeah, man. Hope you guys stay high, stay lifted. And peace out till next time.